Well, if you are a subscriber to my channel, you are going to get lucky again because you're going to get insider trading news first before everyone else. So I've got today a bunch of different things for you guys to dig into. All right, we got things to buy, we got things to sell. Okay, we got a lot to look at here. So I'm just going to jump right into this, and we'll see if on your server, if any of these are viable. But on my server, pretty much all of these are viable. So hopefully at least one of these will work on your server, but it's kind of hard to know because low pop, high pop, that kind of thing. You know, a lot of things can be different. Okay, so the first thing is pretty massive. So the first thing is, again, with these moats and these quintessences, there's a huge opportunity. So if you saw my video from earlier today, they confirmed that quintessence will never drop again from those elemental creatures. Now, as for the moats, they made it sound like maybe they're supposed to drop moats now. I'm not sure how they're going to change it, but they're definitely not going to drop 100 plus moats. They're going to drop, I don't know, 10 to 20, 1 to 5, whatever it is. It's going to be significantly less moats. Now, obviously, the market has corrected because of this after my last video talking about this, and life moats are going up now. But there's one thing that doesn't make any sense in light of this news, guys, and this is where you can make some insane money. Life Quintessence keeps on getting listed for cheap, like really cheap. And it's not just my server. A lot of servers are like this. That's how I found out. Someone in my Discord was like, is this happening on your server? And I looked and I was like, sure enough, it's happening on mine too. So here's the situation with this. The reason people keep doing this is because there's all these people out in the world who got their logging to 200 on those wolves back when they dropped Life Quintessence. And Life Quintessence wasn't worth much, so they just jammed the 4,000 Quintessence or whatever they had into their storage and just left it there to rot somewhere in, like, you know, Eben scale, somewhere random. They just threw it and just left it. So all those people are like, oh, whoa, it's worth like 3 now. And so they all start going to their storages and unloading. But at some point, the supply will run out. And when that supply runs out, this price is going to go way up. It's going to actually stabilize at where it should be. Where at 0.3 even, it should be worth a lot more than worth a lot more than 3 for the quintessence. Now, life moats have historically been the cheapest moat, but the reason for that is because life quintessence dropped off those wolves. So nobody ever had to convert moats into quintessence, which is the biggest burn of moats in the market because it takes 60 moats to make 1 quintessence. Well, sorry, the math's a little different than that, but that's about roughly how it is. So what's going to happen then is life moats are going to go up in price, assuming they don't bring back those drops or make it like 30 or 40. If they bring them down 10 to 20 or 1 to 5 or get rid of them entirely, life moats will be worth closer to the price of all the other moats. So on my server, it's going to be different on every server. My server, the other moats hover between 0.7 and 1.5, and then the life moats historically have been 0.3 to 0.5 in relation to that because life quintessence is free. But if Life Quintessence is not free and those moats only drop like 1 to 5 per wolf or something, then suddenly life moats might go up to like 0.7 each on my server. And at 0.7 each, this Life Quintessence should cost at least 25 coins or something like that, not 3. So in light of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy up crap tons of Life Quintessence at these prices. And I'm also going to see about buy orders. Let me take a look at buy orders too. What are they at? Okay, 1. I will buy 10,000 at 1. I don't know if I want to put it that much down. I don't know if I'm going to fill that much. So I'll just put 7 just so I can keep some free money. All my money's tied up right now. I don't want to tie up all my money right now. Someone might just overcut me anyway. But yeah, so I'm going to buy up crap tons of this 3. I'm going to put buy orders for 1. I'm just going to keep an eye on this. I'm going to keep on dipping into this and buying into this when I see a lot of it listed for way too cheap. And then I'm going to throw it in one of my storages. In this case, it's Monarchs. I never go to Monarchs. So I'm going to go there, which is where I'm at right now, and I'm just going to throw it all in my storage and just let it rot for the next few weeks until all this gets sorted out and a new price comes up. And if before then, if I see it go up, I will come and unload it from storage onto the trading post, you know, ahead of schedule. But I have no problem sitting on this for a long time, like 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you know, that type of time frame. So this is something that is a huge opportunity on a lot of servers right now. People are not realizing what's happening, and you can definitely buy up this Life Quintessence. If you have the bankroll to do it, you can buy up this Quintessence and hold it for a few weeks, and hopefully at some point it'll pay up. You want to sell as quickly as possible, though. If you see it go up, like to 20, because we don't know how they're going to change the moats. It sounds like they are going to nerf them, but they might only nerf them to 20 to 40 per drop or something where it could still affect the market. But either way, they're worth more than a coin a piece, okay? Because those life moats are always going to be worth at least 0.1 or more, and there's no chance that the life quintessence is worth 1 a piece then. So if you see it like that, buy that crap up, hold that, and make some insane money. But that's not all for today's video. We've got lots of stuff today. The second thing that we're going to be moving on to is alchemy. You know how there's that new ingredient, and you have to use alkahest in order to make potions. So infused alkahest is 10 hyssop, which, by the way, I told you guys in a previous video to invest in hyssop, and on my server at least, it is turning out to be very true and very crazy. Prices are going through the roof compared to what I paid, like at least 5 to 1, and maybe it'll go higher, we'll see. Okay, so alkahest, 10 hyssop to make 1 alkahest, right? And an azoth water for the infused. It's not azoth water for the other ones, but azoth water for the infused. And then infused health potion uses the alkahest, and then a medicinal reagent, and then earth reagent, spirit reagent. So there's something that's not adding up though here, all right, on my market. And maybe you'll see this on your market as well. And the same thing's going to happen for the mana potion, okay, and the regeneration potion. We got the same issue. We use the infused alkahest, and then these things, which cost, depending on the ones, 1 coin, 2 coin, you know, something like that, or in this case, 0.5 and 1. Well, after the earth moat thing from last video, I don't know what the price is going to be like now, but, you know, at least another coin on top of that. So wait a minute. Let's take a look at this together, guys. All right, so let's look at infused health potions. All right, so they're 3 apiece. So that must mean the other ingredients are like free, right? But wait a minute. Let's look at hyssop. So we need 10 of these to make 1 infused health potion. So 10 of these is 6 coins. It costs 6 coins, but wait, there's more. What about azoth water? Azoth water is 3. So that means just from those 2 ingredients alone, we're at 9 coins to craft an infused health potion. What about the moats? What was it? Was it soul moat? Soul moats are 1. So we're at 10 coins. At least 10 coins to craft 1 infused health potion. And they're only 3 apiece. And here's the thing. I was going to make this video earlier, but I got caught up making another video, which I don't know if I posted before this one or after this one. I upload them, but I don't always post them in the order I uploaded, so I don't know which one's coming first. But they were less than 2.5 earlier today, and I doubted myself. I was like, okay, well, I don't know. I don't know why I doubted myself. The math's right there, okay? But there were like 3,000 infused health potions at 2.5 or less. Someone came by and they bought them all. Also, it's going to depend on your server for this one. We got more coming. So if this doesn't make sense on your server, don't panic. I got more in this video. There's much more in this video to go over. Not just this. But we're going to look at potions first. So the health potions on my server get used like crazy. I have a PvP heavy server. People do outpost rush all day long. People pop these things all the time. People bought these at one point, even when they were 15 coins a piece, people were buying them. That's how much people buy them on my server. Thousands of these get consumed every single day. And now the open world PvP got buffed, even more is going to get used every single day. So on my server, and obviously it's going to be different if you're on a low pop server or a more PvE oriented server by just random odds. But on my server, my guesstimate on the average consumed infused health potions per day is somewhere between 3,000 and 7,000 of these consumed every single day. I know that sounds crazy, but I've dabbled in this market before, and based on my sales volume, that's where I would guess the actual volume of usage is for infused health potions. I'm on a medium to high pop server. Sometimes there's queues even on this server, okay? So with that being said, I think it's probably a good idea if all these factors line up on your server too, to buy these infused health potions up. Now, in my case, I really wish I would have bought the 2.5 because it was guaranteed money. That's the cheapest I've seen them for in like 4 weeks. But I'm at least going to buy these to 3, and I may even just buy these all the way to 3.5. The big problem is I got to find storage space now. Okay, so storage space is going to be a killer. So one thing you can do is just immediately turn them around and sell them for 14 days at the price you hope they will go to, and then just deal with it later. And if they do go that high and they all sell, then that works out, and there you go. But I'm just going to go ahead and buy thousands of coins worth of these because I have money to invest. I'm going to take this risk, guys. Now, you guys don't have to take this risk, but I'm going to take this risk. So what you can do then is go back and sell them then for 14 days. There'll be a listing fee, whatever. And I'm going to say 7.4 for this one, right? And I'm just going to list for random amounts like that. and I'm just going to hope that they sell, and if they don't, I'll be able to pull them whenever I want and relist them for cheaper here and be able to turn some kind of profit, because there's a very, very, very high chance that they're just going to be going up. They're just going to be going up. Okay. Also, did someone just list more? Hold on a minute. 7.8 list, or is that like a visual bug? If someone listed more. I want those 2.9s. Oh my god, someone just listed an insane number of 2.9s. Okay, well, I'm going to buy those after this video because it's just, I don't want you guys to sit here and watch me buying things. But we're not done with Infused Health. Sorry that I dragged it out, so I didn't mean to. Infused Mana. Okay, Infused Mana. These were like 0.2 a piece on my server. They're already to 1.5. Actually, they're 2 because there's no volume available for these. These also are going to cost at least 6 coins to make minimum. So you may want to consider buying Infused Mana potions too. I'm at least going to buy up these because I need Infused Mana potions. I've been meaning to buy some for a while for PvP because I'm a healer and I burn through all my mana. But that's another one. And then there's Infused Regeneration potions. Same deal. Same deal. In my case, these happen to be higher. Now, your server, you might get lucky and these will be cheaper than the health. Maybe this will be the one you invest in. But look into these guys. Consider buying these and holding them like a stock market, and selling them back because Hyssop is only going up. So let me go back to Hyssop for a second. Hyssop is going up. And some people were like, well, then people will just gather it. Not so fast, though. That might be true on a low pop server. But if you're on a medium to high pop server, there's a problem. So many potions are used per day, and Hyssop's used in the lower tier potions too, that the average daily consumption of Hyssop now is on my server, as a reference. Your server is going to be different. On my server, the average daily consumption of Hyssop is going to be somewhere between 30 and 100,000 Hyssop a day. It's hard to know. I mean, maybe more, but it's going to be at least 30,000 a day because I know at least 3,000 infused health potions get burned a day. Right there, that's 30,000. So probably like 200,000 Hyssop a day, at least 50,000, I'd imagine, but just to give you a range of how much is used a day. So we'll think, oh, they'll just gather them. You have to ask yourself, what if every single Hyssop spawn in the entire map was being gathered at all times? How much Hyssop would be generated a day doing that? I guarantee that, I don't guarantee, but I want to think that that number is probably only like 20,000 an hour, 10,000 an hour if all the Hyssop spawns in the game were harvested nonstop, literally all of them. Because I don't know if you guys have ever farmed Hyssop for spices, seasonings, I mean. But they only drop like 5 each. So it takes a while. They have a 15-minute respawn, 5 each on a Hyssop. And sometimes they come big clusters, but Hyssop's kind of a bitch to farm. so these prices on my server have only been going up. They were 0.2 this morning. They're 0.6 now. I don't know where they'll stabilize. But if they stabilize higher than 0.5, these health potions are going to cost a fortune to make. Absolutely crazy. All right, so I'm sorry that I felt like it dragged on for so long, but let's move on to the next one because we're not done here. There's more. There's more going on in 1.1 to make money. I've got a lot of it to dump at you guys right now. Okay, so here's another investment opportunity for you guys, and another thing you should sell if you're holding any. So if you've ever made Runestone, Runestone requires Obsidian Voidstone. So Obsidian Voidstone, maybe it's 5 a piece on my server. It's come down. It was 10, and there might be a reason for that. Obsidian Voidstone uses Loamy Lodestone, which is worth 4 a piece. You get these from Earthcrag, and it's just a pain to get enough of them, so the price is always kind of whatever, 5, whatever, and you need, I don't know if it was 1, I can't remember how many you need. I just know you need these for those, and then you need a bunch of Voidstones to make a Runestone, and you need Runestones to make dungeon keys. So Loamy Lodestones, of course, have value. But there was a change in 1.1, and now you type in Lodestone, and all these other Lodestones that are worth a lot less can now be used instead of Loamy Lodestone. You can use any Lodestone in order to make the Obsidian Voidstone. So just go through on your server, take a look at what Loamy Lodestone's going for, then go look at your other Lodestones and see if you can find them for like less than 1 or something really good, and then go through and buy them. Now, I personally am not going to get into this one too much because the margin's only a 2 to 1. And so Lodestone's going to go down, or Loamy's going to go down, the other ones are going to go up, so the price is going to meet between them. So on my server, the price is going to probably be like 3 or 2.5. So there's not a lot of wiggle room on a lot of these, so I'm not going to touch it. But look it up on your server, because on your server, you might get lucky. Because every server is different. You might be able to see where Loamy's at 10, and one of the other ones is at like 0.5. Then go to that 0.5 one and buy the crap out of it. All right, and so on that same note, Molten Rune, and there's a whole bunch here. Molten Rune, And we got Glowing Spore. And we have Corrupted Rune. And we have Earth Totems. Now, these all drop from different open world dungeons and release supply chests. I have a video actually on how to farm these every single day by yourself in case you're curious. I'll try my best to remember to link that in the description for you guys. But these should go up in price because they made it cost significantly less corrupted crystals and materials in general to make the keys for Genesis and Lazarus. And these are used also to make those. So that means more of these will be used than were in the past. And I already see this in Molten Rune. On my server, Molten Rune was only worth about 2 coins, 1.5 coins, literally 12 hours ago before the patch hit. Now they're up to 6. I actually already bought 28 back then. I could have bought way more, but I just wasn't taking it seriously, and big regrets, it's already at 6. So check the prices on that. Glowing Spore, now this one's always the cheapest, so I'm kind of afraid to even get involved in this one, and I might regret it. Who knows? It might go to like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, and I could have bought it at 1. You know what? Just for the heck of it, it's not very much money anyway. I'll just go ahead and buy a little bit more. But yeah, this is another one to look at. Think about investing it because these got to go up. I mean, they're literally going to be used like 3 to 4 times more often probably now. So, but you don't have to get invested in that one if you want to. There's not even a lot of money there, but that's definitely one to take a look at. And again, server by server. Look at every server. You know, whatever server you're on, that's the kind of thing, you know, just want to look at each one and see if you can find one that works for you. Now, there's one other thing about the same kind of topic here. And then we got something that's another way to, like a crazy way to save money with something that changed. So, Void Ore. Do you guys have Void Ore sitting around for any reason? Okay, on my server, it's surprisingly still worth 3,500. I saw it all the way down to 2,000 like 5 days ago. I'm surprised it's rebounded a little. If you guys have Void Ore, I would consider selling that crap as fast as you can because they added that luck bonus for PvP for gathering of 30%. And so that's going to make Void Ore even easier to get. Once you get that additional 30%, it's going to bring that average up so much higher that Void Ore is going to be generated significantly more. And now, people do have to have PvP on to go do it, so that's going to slow them down, right? Well, if everyone's fighting over the Void Ore, and everybody has that stuff on, just on average, you're probably going to generate more. Like, let's just be real, you're just going to generate more. Now, I could be wrong on this, but it's been trending down anyway, so if you have any sitting around, dump that crap. Dump that crap so fast, okay? Okay, so the last tip here, actually the last tip. So, one thing that changed is that 10% PvP luck for normal luck. It's either that or there's some kind of like exploit going on or something. But at least on my server, and I got alerted this because someone else told me because this was the case in their server. So I looked up and it was the case in my server too. So if you go to weapons or armor and you organize by gear score, nowadays on mine, since the patch, there are so many gear score 600 items for sale. And it's growing like every day. That if you guys want 600 gear score armor, just look through here for some good deals. Like, here's a hat for 1,200. It's not got the best stuff on it, but, you know, if you check this every day, you might be able to find something that's as good as Void Bet or better and only pay like 2,000 or 3,000 coins for it. So this is for saving money after the patch because whatever changed, there's just so much 600 gear score legendaries, so many gear score 600 legendaries on the market now. Absolutely insane. So just look through here every day and see if you can find something that's a really good fit for you, and it'll save you a ton of money. And you don't need to get your watermark on to put it on. If you just buy a 600 gear score thing, you can just throw on 600 gear score. It's as easy as that. So definitely check this every day, and you might be able to find some deals that'll save you an insane amount of money in the long run, where you just buy something instead of buying Void Armor. So just keep an eye out, and you might get a good deal in here if you look all the time. So that's everything for this video. This video had a lot of random stuff for you to look into and investigate, buy and sell, invest in, and lots of different things. So hopefully between all of them, one of these will help you out on your server. I know every server is different. I know scaling for coins is different on every server. So that's why I wanted to give you a bunch of crazy opportunities that came up in 1.1. So hopefully one of them will work for you. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel if you want to keep up with more helpful hints like this whenever they come up. If you want New World news, like the latest news as soon as it breaks most of the time. Or you want New World money guides or New World guides, build guides. I just post New World stuff every day. I've been posting at least a video a day for over a month now. A lot of days I post 2 videos, and some days I even post 3 videos a day like this. So if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to subscribe. But either way, now you know some more interesting ways to try to leverage the market for money in New World.